Farewell. The hardest level in the entire game. By far. It was too hard to be even in the base game, so it was added as a DLC. It already starts off with the death of a character. Then, they bounce up these clouds and into the tough parts of the level. The platforming is heavily precise, with close to no room for error. Not quite task level inputs though, so it should be fine. They really like their falling blocks, and their bounce pads. Then, the fish come. These are so much fun. I love bouncing on top of their heads. As I keep moving through the level, it just keeps getting harder and harder. I find the first jellyfish. This guy is the crux of the level. Momentum jumping with these guys is the core feature, and it makes it so much harder. And my favorite part of the level starts. I love the fact that I need to run around slowly unlocking more of the level. It's like Chapter 3, except, well, it's fun. Chapter 3 was missing a bit of that. Then, this hellscape of a room shows up. We are less than halfway through, and I am already spending over an hour on one room. But, at least the electricity stops existing, and I can gather these 2 keys. Now it's a whole lot of throwing and catching. Finally, after a whole lot more rooms, I make my way to the end and grab the crystal heart. Wait a second. Why is it gray? No. No. No! Come on! Well, looks like I'm gonna need to keep going. Wait a second. There's a gate here, with an even higher amount of hearts that I need to get. I guess I need to go do the B-sides. Finally done with that. Let's keep going. Wow, new tech. I definitely didn't already know about wave dashing from watching the one video that Sample made about Celeste. It is still hard though. Especially since I keep doing hyper dashes accidentally. Doing multiple wave dashes in a row also feels nigh impossible. There are just so many precise inputs that are needed for this level. These rooms aren't too bad though. Gotta love the golden feathers. This room is also quite fun. And it immediately is followed by this excruciatingly horrible room. I spent, I think, around 2 hours on just this room. The rest of the subchapter isn't too bad. Even this room with the horrible enemies doesn't compare. Wind is always fun, and this room isn't super easy. This one has the fun timing gimmick like the B-sides. It's pretty hard, but also the subchapter is really short. This one's pretty good compilation of the levels so far. This one brings back the electricity, so that's a fun change of pace. Also using the bird in conjunction with Battleline is always fun. Just a whole lot of really precise movements. After how many hours I've spent on this, my eyes are starting to hurt from the background. But then I'm on the last subchapter of the level. Not the game. And it is one room. One room of the most pure form of torture a human can endure. If you mess up once, it's back to the beginning. The more I played it, the better I got. But only up to a point. I started to get worse and worse. How much time was I willing to spend on this stupid game? How many hours would I need to waste? I ended up spending around a sixth of the time I spent on the rest of the game on this one level. And I had played 80 hours of this game. But then, I got it. I was there. Except I missed the final input. How could I miss? I was right there. I needed to dash one time. One time. And that was it. The game would have been done. But no, I couldn't just not miss the final dash. Definitely not. So I tried again. Another half an hour went by before I finally got this run. I won! Finally! But looking back at the achievements, there's still 3 more. First, I needed to get the Moonberry, which required beating this room yet again, then going up here, and going through this stupid gauntlet. It was actually pretty fun, not as hard as what I just did. Then, I needed to get a 1-up. Unfortunately, forgot to record this. But here's me beating all of the seasides, I guess.